Bruno, this question comes from Duncan, and it says, what happens if one is informed by an employee of the landlord that they would get a refund of the deposit when they cancel the lease agreement, only to find out later that the lease agreement states otherwise?
So there's different permutations to this type of question, especially because of the way that it's worded. So I'm going to maybe run through one or two scenarios just to kind of play it out. So the simplest of scenarios is the fact that a deposit that's paid by virtue of a lease agreement in terms of the Rental Housing Act has to be refunded unless the specific provisions in the Act that allow for the deduction of the deposit against certain charges apply. And these would be charges such as damage to the property, arrear amounts, and the sort, right? Now, there's timeframes that are allocated or that relate to this. So there needs to be an exit inspection within a certain time of the exit inspection. The refund should be, the deposit should be refunded. If there can't be an exit inspection on the fault of the lessee, the landlord can go in, apply it in a specific way, and refund it within a specific period of time. So the first permutation or the first scenario is must be refunded in terms of the Act, unless a provision of the Act allowing the deposit to be retained applies, right? Now, the second permutation is where I'm kind of reading into this. Now, an employee engaging with the tenant always speaks to me of situations where they're trying to get some sort of resolve out of a scenario. So, and the use of the word cancellation as well leads me to think that, you know, there might be a situation maybe of arrear rent or whatever the case is, and now money's due, and there's been a conversation about, please get out of the property and, you know, we'll make a plan for you somewhere along there. So this is a completely different scenario because the lease agreement